Today we're installing the 6th Element Engineering Complete Intake with carbon fiber intake tubing on a 2022 Hyundai Elantra N. You're going to need a couple tools to pull this off. A ratchet with 10mm and 8mm sockets, and an extension will make this a lot easier. Flathead screwdriver, pliers, and about 30 to 60 minutes depending on your skill level and how much patience you have. You'll have a handful of bolts to loosen up around the intake box, a couple of hose clamps, and 2 plastic pop pins. First, let's tackle the pop pins. Easy enough with a flathead screwdriver. Make sure you save these because you'll need them later on. Now let's disconnect the intake hose from the air box. You can use your 10mm socket or a Phillips screwdriver here. By popping the 2 latches on the intake box, you can now remove the top of the air box and the filter. Next, let's remove the 3 bolts securing the air box. You've got 2 out back between the air box and the battery, and 1 out front next to the ECU. Use caution here to make sure you don't drop the socket or bolt. Now you can remove the bottom of the air box. Next, we'll disconnect the bypass valve hose and valve cover breather line. You might be able to do these by hand, but pliers will make it a lot easier. From here, you can remove the last clamp on the stock intake tubing. And with that, you're ready to move on to your new intake. In the box you received from 6th, you'll find your new air box, complete with the filter already installed. You'll also find your carbon fiber intake tubing, the 6th elbow coupler, 3 rubber mounts and 3 supplied mounting bolts, the turbo inlet hose, and a handful of hose clamps. You'll also receive a product diagram, a 6th Element Engineering sticker, and a product card with installation instruction QR codes. We'll start the install by screwing in the 3 supplied rubber mounts. Hand tight is plenty for these, but make sure they're bottomed out. Next, we'll install the 6th reducer hose for the turbo inlet. Tighten the smaller turbo inlet clamp all the way down, and just about a quarter turn past hand tight. Leave the larger clamp loose for now. Next, we'll install the carbon fiber intake tubing. Make sure you rotate the tubing so that the hose fitting matches the angle of the valve cover breather hose. Now we'll install the 6th airbox into the engine bay by lining up the mounting tabs with the rubber mounts. There are 3 supplied bolts, 2 long and 1 short. Make sure that the short one is installed in the lower right position next to the ECU. Now we'll reinstall those OEM pop clips that we pulled out earlier. Next, we'll bring in the 6th elbow coupler. Attach it between the intake tube and the air box. Tighten your hose clamps. Attach the bypass valve. And attach the valve cover hose, and you're done.